WMMA now with your host Chuck Stevenson. Guys, I have some big news coming out of Japan. All-female promotion Deep Jewels has released their full lineup for their 23rd event, Deep Jewels 23, taking place Friday, March 8th, 2019, from Korakuen Hall, the legendary Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. So before I get into these fights, a couple of complaints I see already. There's one amateur fight, 10 pro bouts. Now, out of the 10 pro bouts, only only 4 of them go 3 5-minute rounds, and the other 7 are only 2 rounds. Okay, that's just lame in 2018, or excuse me, 2019. I'm sorry, that was like stuff that should have been done away with the end of Smack Girl back around 2009, 2010, whenever that was. Okay, I don't like it when Road FC does it either. Let these ladies fight 3 full rounds, okay? So after that, what else is there to say? Well, there's a few squash matches, but we'll go into that. So we'll start off with the first bout. Emi Sato at 105 pounds. Emi Sato, 4-2, coming in against Suinon Punsorn, who is 2-1. I'm looking forward to this. Emi Sato has a pretty good record. She fought twice last year and twice the year before. She's on a 4-fight win streak. Lost her first 2 fights back in 2014 and 15, respectively. And then the last couple of years, she's been on a 4-fight tear. So it'll be interesting to see how she does. Now, Suinon Punsorn is, you might remember I did a fight review on this. She's the one that practically tore Loma Lookboonmee's arm off in Full Metal Dojo, I believe it was number 16, last October, November. So it'll be very interesting to see Punsorn back in action. Next match is, I guess, a super atomweight bout, 108 pounds. Ai Shimizu versus, coming in at 2-1, versus Sae Kokuo, making her debut. Now, Ai Shimizu, if you might remember, might have watched my video on that, she beat, what? No, I can't remember the girl's name. I'm having a real hard time with names today. Nanaka Kawamura, back on New Year's Eve in Ryzen in a pretty exciting bout. Beat Kawamura pretty easily once she got the fight to the ground. And now she is making a fairly quick turnaround, only a few months in March. Moving along back down to regular atomweight at 105 pounds, we have 2 debutantes, Mizuki Oshiro versus Kotori Tamiya. Don't know anything about either of these two, not even going to pretend to. So moving along, we're going down even lower to 97 pounds. I thought, the sub-atomweight divisions had been done away with. We have Yasuka Tamada versus, coming in at 15, 10, and 3, versus Madoka Ishibashi, who's coming in at 1-3. Now, there's several things wrong with this one. One, if you go just by records alone, it is an obvious squash match. Especially because Ishibashi, she only has 1 win. She's coming off a win, okay, her lone win. Her losses weren't to anybody impressive. But on the other hand, she is, let me see how old she is. Unknown. Not sure how old she is. Compared to Yasuka Tamada. Now, you might remember that Tamada faced and lost to Michelle Watterson for the Invicta strap back at Invicta FC 8 back in 2014. She had one more fight exactly a year later in 2015, dropping a unanimous decision to Kana Asakura. Tamada hasn't fought since then. But here's the real kicker. Tamada will turn 52 this June. She's 51 right now, 51 and a half. She's an old woman. So make of this crazy ass fight what you will, guys. This fight's crazy. You got someone who's genuine grandma fighting. Keep her away from Gabby Garcia. That's all I got to say. Okay, moving along. Up to 121 pounds. I'm not sure why. I guess this is a catch weight. Yuko Oya coming in at 9-6 versus Asami Nakai 1-1. I believe Nakai also goes by Akaringa. I think she's a part-time pro wrestler. Not sure. Next up, also at 121 pounds, Sachiko Fujimori 4-4 versus Yukari Nabe 5-3-1. I'm not too familiar with either of these. Next fight is the first one with 3 full 5-minute rounds. We have one of the genuine squash matches. Kana Watanabe coming in at 5-0 versus Suman Khan, who's making her debut. Now, Kana Watanabe just is coming off a knockout victory over Shizuka Sugiyama at Ryzen New Year's Eve. You know what? She's 5-0. Quit giving her freaking debutantes, okay? If you can't find a suitable fighter in Japan, don't go to freaking Korea and get another debutante, because that's not suitable either, okay? Either send her abroad to fight or import genuine, people with around her record to fight to Japan. I'm sorry, this is a squash match, and I hate squash matches. This is garbage. Alright, moving along. Another squash match. At 150 pounds is the limit on this one. Reina Miura, a.k.a. King Reina, coming in at 10-2, fighting another debutante, Japanese Mao Ueda. Okay, this is another one. Stop giving Reina these cans. That's why she loses or struggles against legit competition. That's why she lost to Cindy Dandwa. That's why she looked like absolute crap against, what's her name from Invicta? Caitlin Young. That's why she looked crap against both of them, because they were the first legit competition she had ever really faced. And then it wasn't that long ago, she actually struggled against, her very next fight, she struggled and came away with the decision against Judith Reese, who was only 4-3 at the time. Okay? Deep Jules, stop with the can crushing with King Reina, okay? She's either going to happen or she's not. Stop trying to force it. Okay, moving down, rather. All the way back to atomweight. Emi Tomomatsu, 13-14 versus Hikaru Aono at 3-1. Now, Emi Tomomatsu, she's on a 2-fight losing streak. She lost to Jong-Eun Park, Deep Jules 20, back in June. And then 2 months later, she lost to Shi-Yu Park, no relation, at Deep 85 Impact in August. And Shi-Yu Park was 0-2 at the time. So either it was a bad matchup stylistically, or Emi Tomomatsu's time is coming at an end. I mean, she's always been a journeyman. She's never had more than 3 wins in a row. Oh, wait, 1, 2. No, never had more than 3 wins in a row in MMA. Usually she bounces back and forth, gets some wins, and then gets some losses. Now let's see. Her opponent, on the other hand, Hikaru Aono. She's 3-1. And she's had 3 wins since losing her pro debut. And actually, one of those wins, her most recent one, was back at Deep Jules 21 in September, and that's against a decent fighter, Mika Arai, who is 4-0, and Mika Arai is pretty good on the ground. Not great, but she's pretty darn good, so that's a good win for Aono. So this will be an interesting fight. We'll see if Emi Tomomatsu can bounce back from those recent losses against a far less experienced opponent who seems pretty game. Alright, so main event, and this is probably the closest matchup on the entire card. We have Tomo Maesawa, the current Deep Jules champ, 12-8, taking on Kana Asakura, 3-3, or 13-3 rather. So this is at 108 pounds. In Ryzen they call it super atom weight. So Maesawa is coming off the recent win over Mina Kurobi, where she won a split decision against Kurobi to win the Deep Jewels Atomweight title. She's coming up in weight, giving up 3 whole pounds, or moving up 3 whole pounds. For this one against Asakura. Asakura is coming off her recent fight against Ayaka Hamasaki, where, Hamasaki schlubbed her. Made Asakura look pretty amateurish there. And that was Asakura's first win or loss since 2016 to Alyssa Garcia. And she had a previous loss, few fights before that. Not important. Anyway, so this is a fairly even matchup in Maesawa has been making a comeback. She was down to like 8-8 at one point, or somewhere around there. Anyways, now she has she's coming in 3 wins in a row, including a recent championship win over Kurobi, coming up to super atom weight, only a few pounds, taking on Asakura, who's looking to bounce back. So that should be pretty interesting. So guys, that's about it for the card. Now that is on a Friday morning. That says 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't think that's quite correct on Tapology. We'll try to find out when that card is happening exactly, because if it's early enough in the day where I can get up early, I might do a fight companion for it if there's interest, or I might just do one for the hell of it. If not, I'll watch the fights later. Now, if you're outside Japan and want to watch Deep Jewels, you have to go to Abema TV, and you'll need a VPN, a virtual private network, to do it. And you'll have to set it to Japan, go to Abema, and try to click around till you can find it. It's fairly easy to find once you're on there. I think it's abema.tv, abema.tv. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the matchups and this event in the comments down below. Remember, those thumbs ups are always appreciated. And until next time, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA See Now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Guys, I'm out. Check you later.